Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I am going to be doing a nail repair today. I did my set yesterday and I noticed that one, my nail polish is way too thick and I don't like it, so I need to take care of that. But I also shut my door in the sliding, I shut my finger in the sliding glass door, so I broke off a nail. So I'm going to repair this nail and I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. First off, let you know that when you use the top coat, and it is the gel top coat, you cannot use nail polish remover to take it off. You actually do have to file it off. So that's going to be my first step. I'm going to be using one of my files to take the nail polish off and get it back down to kind of like a bare nail, so that I can do a new nail polish on all of them, but also do the nail repair. So basically I'm just going to be filing it until it is all taken care of, and I will come back once I get that all taken care of. Okay, so I have gotten all the nail polish off and got the nails filed down. It is very, very difficult to get the top coat off and the paint. So I am lucky and I have a Dremel. Right here, I have a Dremel. So I was able to use that to get the gel layer off a little faster. It can be done with the nail files, it just takes you a little bit longer to do that. So now that I've got them all filed down and got all the polish off, I'm gonna dust them off. And then the next process that I'm gonna do is cleaning them like you do before you do a real set, a full set. You do your little swabs, or if you don't have these, you can use acetone, nail polish remover, or anything like that. But since I have the swabs that came with the kit, that's what I'm going to use to clean off my nails. Once I've cleaned them off, then I am going to do the base coat on all of them. And since I've had to go ahead and strip them down and I filed them, I am going to go ahead and do a very thin layer across all of them while I'm also doing the nail repair. That way they're all consistent and all nice and smooth again. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of cleaning the nails and all of that. And then, like I said, I'm going to do the base coat. And I only have to worry about fitting one nail for the repair. So I will also take care of that at the same time when I'm doing all this. But like I said, you're just going to kind of clean it off. I've got this file down pretty good on this one, so which is the one that I'm going to repair. And I'll explain to you what I'm going to do with that here in a few minutes once I get done. But like I said, right now I'm going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up. And see, I filed that one so much it just broke off. So I will buff that down a little bit and smooth it out so that I can now do two repairs. But that was what I was talking about with wanting to put another coat on top, because I had filed them down and gotten them a little too thin. So I'm going to put a thin layer on top of them to help strengthen them a little bit, and I will explain that process to you as well. So hang tight and I will be back when I'm ready for the next part. Okay, so I've gotten them all clean, got them filed, and I have matched up my tabs to the correct nails so that those are ready as well for fixing them now. So now what I'm going to do is do the base coat, and like I said, you can do all your nails at one time for that and dry them. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Then I will be getting the liquid and putting it into the glass container, and then I will be using the same gel that I used to do the original set, which is clear. And once I get done with that part, I will come back and show you guys the next part of what I'm doing. Again, you know, the base coat, just going to do it really nice on all the nails so that it's nice and good, so that the gel can adhere to them. And they're all roughed up from where I have just filed them, so they are ready for that part. And not too much worried about how neat or sloppy I am on this part, because it's just basically making sure I get a nice little coat on everything. You guys be as neat or sloppy as you want to with this part, because it's not going to make a difference. Your neatness comes in when you start doing the gel. So now I'm going to put my nails in the dryer, which is over here. And there's the grandbaby. Say hey. Can you say hi? She likes playing with the little brush. And I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so that was an experience. Learned something very valuable. I had put the base coat on my nails, and something fell in my eye, and I immediately reached up to swat it, and when I did, I got base coat in my eye. That hurts really bad. So if my eye's red and you notice that, that is why that was a rough experience. So I've got the base coat on, and now we're going to put the liquid in the container. And again, you know, depending on how much you're doing, like I'm doing a repair, so I don't need a lot, and I'm doing thin layers. So just a little bit in my glass. And then I'm going to take my gel, and then we're going to go ahead and let the brush get wet. You're going to take your brush, just dip it in the glass, let it get nice and soft and wet. Drain off the extra liquid for now. You want to just drain it. You just wanted to get the brush soft. Take your gel and put it on your spatula. And then I'm doing the repair first. So I'm going to take my nail tip. I'm going to put my gel here. Clean off my spatula on it. Now I want my brush wet. So I have my wet brush, and I'm going to take and just glide this out. And I want it to be pretty, very, 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 very thin at this lower half of it, because it's going on top of a nail that's already been there. And you want it to be even on the sides. So just take and kind of smear it out, clean off the excess. And I had a paper towel, because you don't want that extra going on there. So, and as you can see, I have it all in the little thing in the applicator. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to press it about midway on the nail and down. Hold it there for a second. Take your brush, clean off any that has come out. Again, make sure it's staying there about midway. And I'm in a little bit of trouble here, probably because I can't see. And then you're going to put it in your light so it can cure. And so while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera again. I've got it in there and it's curing, and I'll be back. Okay, so I already popped off the tab here. And now I have this atrocious long nail. But you're going to notice there is a little bit of gap in here. And when I do the nice layer in a minute, I'll smooth that in with some extra gel, and I'll show that to you in a minute. But now I'm going to go ahead and fix this one too. So I will be back. Okay, so we're back. And again, the same process when you're doing the full set. You just kind of wiggle a little bit to pop these off, okay? And as you can see, I now have extremely long nails. I could not function like this. So now I'm going to take my clippers and cut them down. And again, I want to leave them a little bit longer than what I want them to be for the filing process for shaping. And I'm noticing this one that I did, I've got a gap here that did not fill in. So what I'm going to do is take this again, and this is another little tip that you can do, and I'm going to put some more gel on it, and I'm going to reapply it just directly on top of it to fill in that little bit. So take my gel, and don't need a lot because I'm just kind of filling in here on the sides where it didn't spread like it should have, and I should have noticed that. So something to pay attention to when you're doing it. Pay close attention if you've got it filled all the way through, because if not, you're going to have missing nails and you'll be doing what I'm doing again. And again, I want it to be very, very, very thin because I'm already going on top. So, and now I'm just going to reapply here like that, and then put it back in the dryer and let it dry. Okay, so I've got that fixed now. So now I'm going to trim it to where I need it to start my process here. Just kind of cut a little bit at a time till you get what you need. Now I've got it down. And now, because I'm going to go over the top of what I just did to kind of smooth these out, they don't have the base coat, so I need to take the file and kind of buff them up a little bit and put the base coat on these so that when I do the next process with the gel, it will stick to this as well. So for the smoothing out part of it. So again, file them down, kind of rough them up a little bit. And all the way across, anywhere you're going to put your gel, you want to make sure you have buffed it. And as you can see, as I'm filing, it's already smoothing out on that. So you want to make sure that you do this part also, so that when you do your next layer, it's not starting off extremely lumpy or issues, because you don't want to have to file and file and file and file. So again, you know, just kind of rough them up a little bit. File down any of the excess from what you just did. Now I'm going to put the base coat on it, and then I will be back. So hang tight, guys. Okay, so now it's time to do the layer part. So you're going to take just a tad of your gel. And I'm doing my thumb first, so I want a little bit more on there. And just like when you were doing the other part, how you just take and press it on like this. Clean the spatula off, and then you want to get your brush wet again, and you're going to just take and pat it and push it to smooth it out. And then you want to make sure you clean any excess out from underneath there, because you don't want it lumping underneath the nail. So make sure you clean that really, really good. Re-wet your brush and finish smoothing this out. You want it to be nice and smooth. You don't want it on your cuticle, and you don't want it on your finger. So you want to make sure that you clean all that up as well. Brush it out. Clean around the nail bed. Make sure you don't have any excess on your fingers. Cleaning my brush to make sure it's nice and clean. And then I'm going to come back across it with some more of the slider gel just to make sure that it's nice and thin. Clean up, like I said, even at the tip. You want to clean it up. Re-wipe, because you want to make sure, again, you don't have anything on the skin itself. Clean your brush. Do a nice little sweep underneath the nail to make sure if there's anything extra underneath there, you get that out as well. And then you're just going to repeat the process on the rest of the fingers and then put them in the dryer. You can do this part all at one time, then dry them. So that kind of speeds up the process a little bit on that. So I'm going to continue, and then I'll come back and finish with what we're going to do. So again, you gel on the spatula, push it down, liquid, spread it nice and thin and smooth, and then dry it. Okay, so I've gotten the thin coat on all the way around, and I have put them through the dryer now. So the next part that I'm going to do is the filing and the shaping of them and smoothing them out. And then everything else goes like a full set goes. Once you've got them filed and shaped and corrected and buffed, you will do the paint and dry and all that kind of stuff. But I will come back on and show you the final product of what I've done. Like I said, now what I'm going to be doing is the shaping and the filing and the buffing. And then I will be doing the painting and drying, and then I'll pop on and show you the finished repairs and the extra layers, and I will be back in a little bit. Thank you. Okay, so I am all done, and it turned out really nice. I did go a little shorter. I even added a little decoration that came in my little kit. So, and then these are the two that I had to fix. It turned out really well. So that is how you do nail repairs. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask me, post them below, email me at emtsavealife@yahoo.com. Thanks.